Hey, thanks to our sponsors at Overdogs.bet, the only place on the planet with exotic MMA prop bets. Sign up now for beta and free play. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because the King of Violence told you to do so. Show some love to the Overdogs podcast, baby.
In terms of followers, Anthony Taylor got like 800,000 something, but no one of his followers cares about him. Look at his engagement. He gets like 30 comments on a post when he has a fight coming up. You know, Anthony Taylor, it's all about talking, but it's not attractive to the fans. And with that being said, he's not that attractive to the organization. So.
What you're saying is his shit is botted. His followers are botted.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you didn't get the interaction. Fuck Anthony Taylor and his botted ass followers, and I'm gonna whoop his fucking ass in Misfits, like plain and simple.
And after you whoop his ass, we gonna get you a fight in the Platinum Pit. You beat him and you take that belt. Who is in line to face you after you take that belt from Anthony Taylor?
Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa, speaking of.
Costa looks really fucking strong in how he fights. It's a tough call, man, because either one of those guys can win. Paulo looked like a tank in his last fight, but he lost. Dustin is a really good underdog, and he's bringing his daughter for the first time. He's going to fight like a bat out of hell.
This dude fought for everything he's earned, and when he lost to Khabib, one of my favorite videos ever, that kid comes up to him and goes like, "Does it hurt?" And he goes, "No, just here." Okay, this is random, but I just tweeted this, and it's kind of breakfast time, kind of over here still. I didn't know that you were supposed to heat up Pop-Tarts until I was 25, at least.
What?
Is that weird?
Yes.
Who the fuck heats those things up, dude?
That's the only way to eat a Pop-Tart.
How? There's multiple ways
Raw,
to heat them
bro.
up, too.
Just eat them raw, right? No.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with raw dog and a Pop-Tart. There's not.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Way better heated up.
I don't know, man.
Good choice of words.
Anyway,
what's your favorite Pop-Tart? What's the go-to
I don't
Pop-Tart?
know, man. Probably like just anyone but the chocolate one, I guess.
Brown sugar.
I'll fuck with
cinnamon.
that. I'll fuck with that.
That's the go-to.
Right,
Yeah,
Mike,
I
I
don't think I'll
gotta
ever eat one up,
ask,
though.
man. Is it the compliments from my glasses that have spurred this decision, or what? Should we rock the same ones?
Oh yeah, what are those?
These
Maybachs.
are Adidas, DITA.
Adidas. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. When I bought these, I saw the sign at the top said Maybach. After I was already buying them, I didn't even know what brand they were.
Maybach like the car?
It was nice. I was out shopping. On Mother's Day. I took the women shopping on Mother's Day, and we got some nice things. And I just grabbed myself one thing. It's an investment for the show. I wanted to look as good as our host, you know.
Sunglasses are always an investment until you lose them like a week later.
Oh, dude! After I beat up Eddie, I got off the plane and stepped on my brand new Louis Vuittons. They were like $900. They fell, and I went to step, and I stepped right on top of them, broke them in pieces.
Dude, I've had these sunglasses right here for 10 years probably. I don't lose my shit, bro. And Fox don't make sunglasses no more, so you bet your ass I ain't losing these. Oh. Yeah.
I gotta ask a question, man. I was watching you on Helwani the other day. We had talked about it just like a couple of days previously on the show, but I didn't push you too hard because I'm a nice guy. But then you were like, on Helwani, you're like, yeah, I'll probably fight like a lot before July 4th. And then it was like MMA, but not UFC. And you kind of went down there. Can you give us any kind of information? Has a deal finalized at this point? Are we still in limbo?
We're waiting on a important piece of the deal. Apparently, the fight is there. We're just waiting on this extra perk that makes it worthwhile.
Skittles?
Otherwise,
Is it the blue Skittles? And Mike only wants blue Skittles when he fights in the locker room.
I don't think it's
That
the blue
wasn't hold
Skittles.
up. Sorry, go ahead.
But it's more of the green. So, you know, there's an incentive that is boosting our green value, and without it, it doesn't make sense, and we could just move on to Platinum Pit fight. And otherwise, because this one is this option is here. Bare Knuckles looking for a fight for me, but Feldman knows that there's this, and don't get me wrong. I mean, fucking bare knuckle. I love the boxing, man. I got hands because I was just at the MMA gym doing MMA. My first round was with Lyoto Machida. So then, and then 2 more black belts after that. And I'm like, man, I even wrote my possible opponent was like, man, I don't know, man. I'm pretty damn good, bro. I'm pretty good. I had a good day at the gym today training, so. I got skills in whatever, and I got a lot of people whose words have value. You are one of them. Then there's these other companies and corporations. Obviously, BKFC is at the top of the list, but I just fought for them. So while we have the time, we're trying to make something happen here, and we're really close to making something happen that the fans will really enjoy, I think. I don't know, though, because there are some things that I'm like... But then again, you got Jake Paul. He fought Anderson Silva when Jake had only a couple boxing matches. Obviously, Anderson didn't have a ton of boxing matches, but he had 40 pro fights. So they made that fight happen. Mike Tyson has 60 pro fights. That fight's happening. So, experience, it's... if someone's an adrenaline junkie who's a little famous and they've got some proof in the fighting world, then they can get the matchup and we can make some noise. But I think Platinum's reign of success is going to continue no matter what we do.
Are you referring to somebody specifically there at the end? Like it's maybe a little bit of an influencer fight, or no?
Well, they are a professional fighter, but they do make traction on social media.
I know who it is then.
So
it's fucking Dylan Dennis. It's fucking Dylan Dennis.
They have their group and their following, and obviously we've been talking a lot of shit, but it's minimal shit right now. It's like, hey man, I'm letting them know, like, hey bro, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you up if you do this. And I'm letting him know, like, you're in for a challenge. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he'll have some challenges for me, like he'll fall down and try to break my toes. But I think I'll be ready for that, and or he'll fake a takedown and try to throw a punch. But I mean, I'm so mean, dude, with my knees and my elbows and my clinch and my strength. I'm strong as a mug.
Word of advice, Dylan, do not talk about Mike's girl. If not, you're going to get beat up before you ever get in the fucking ring and not get paid.
It's possible.
I love how he's like crying about what's Logan suing him or whatever.
I'm not giving him a bunch of hate though, man. Like it's I'm like, I'll take the attention. He has a bunch of fans, I guess, who aren't deep into it. I don't know how many people do know me, how many people don't know me, and it's not about that, but it is about doing something that gets everyone's attention so that we can build and we can have a huge event that everyone can benefit from. And, the shit talk, the attention on social media, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, as long as we're talking about it and we're letting people know that, this is a possibility, it's already getting more traction. And then they're going to try to throw it in there like last minute. It'd be short notice. It'd be in the next month or two or, So this is all in the works. This is all happening. Darren obviously said on Helwani that he's got a boxing match coming up, but he didn't say who. It's a boxing match with gloves. It's not for me because I haven't been offered it or anything. Dylan keeps saying shit like, "Oh, you're already backing out already." I'm like, bro, nothing has come across my desk because we're still waiting on that perk. We got the bout agreement, but then there's this important perk that we need.
Is it a knockout bonus? I want it to be a knockout bonus.
It's him not showing up. It's him showing up.
No, that's actually in the fine print that the knockout is guaranteed when I fight.
Is it him showing up? If it's him showing up, that's fucking awful. God bless. People,
I don't know, man. I think he'll do it. He's a rich kid who's an adrenaline junkie. He's down to, he's down to get down. You know what I mean? Like, let's scrap it out. Because look, he took some shots from Logan, and Logan's a big guy, and he fought him really smart at range, and he hit him with some good pops. But
what fight were you watching? Oh, you talking about Logan hit him with some good pops? You're right. Logan did hit him with some good pops. Yeah,
Logan hit him with some good pops. Dylan was able to. He hit Logan like twice. He had like a total of 9 punches going into the 6th round or something like that, which is pretty bad. But, he survived the shots he took, and then he started trying to mess around and go for grappling shit. And Logan didn't want to fight him at what he considers himself great at. Dylan is not a boxer. He is more of a full MMA guy.
Just wailing on him, bro.
And
mashing.
Oh my gosh, man! But that was Logan's probably got some good power there, and Dylan wasn't fazed by it. And then he started trying to go for takedowns. He kept talking shit the whole time, and that's what being a fighter is about. Sometimes it's about just wearing it on your chest and fighting no matter what. Even at the ends, like he wasn't defeated. He was still talking shit.
I think you're giving him too much credit. I'm just going to go
way
out
too
on
much.
record
Mike's trying to hype
way
his
too
fight
much.
up.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie is still talking shit, man. That shit is annoying. Cause it's like, bro, how you gonna talk shit when you didn't come out to get knocked out in the 3rd round, bro? You was sitting in the corner like, damn, bro, my face hurts so bad that if he punches me in the next round, I might pass away. That's what he was thinking about in the corner. And then he got the nerve to talk shit to me. But they trying to make that, shout out to Abe, First Round Management, the best in the business. Platinum Mike Perry is one of their top clients, and they got the biggest names in the game, so shout out to Abe, because he's like, if they want to do the Philly rematch after this guy quit after 4 minutes, they're going to have to come. Correct.
I agree. No, because really, I don't want to fucking watch it again, right? Like, I want fresh meat in there. So if they're going to do it, they got to pay.
The same thing. I'm telling you, the same thing is going to happen, bro. He's going to quit again.
It's a banger. It's just I'm with Bags. Like, we don't need that again. You won fair square. Yeah.
Just as a fight fan, like we want to see.
But it's okay. I'll take 100%. Check, bro.
We'll watch that every day of the week. But
we'll
watch that every day of the week. But
free money.
It goes into like that podcast we did right after your fight, where we're just sitting here like, what the fuck do you do with Mike Perry right now? Like, someone's got to, I don't know.
There's always somebody that can come up next, right? I mean, there always is. There always will be. Just the name of the game, fighting, sports, whatever.
You know what I was thinking was, when I called out, obviously my calling out of Darren Till was because I was angry with him for the DM that he sent me talking shit when he was drunk in a bar. And, I felt like, and we both believe that we want that fight to happen. It's been years in the making, and people are trying to make it where it makes sense. He's going to get this boxing match. Maybe he'll do a good job, and then it'll make more sense, because I've been constantly winning for the past, all the time that he's been off, not doing shit, but training with Hamzat. That's got to mean something, but now he's going to do boxing. But, I was thinking that the call out is me versus UFC, because that's the battle that's happening here. And it's like, let me in and let me show you, because I got it, bro. I could fucking fight, bro.
So you want back in the UFC?
I think about the old days, Pride and UFC, and you got guys like Rampage Jackson, Shogun Rua, the Axe Murderer, Anderson Silva, Dan Henderson, Chuck Liddell. These guys, Vitor Belfort, these guys went back and forth. they went UFC, then they went overseas, and then they came back to the UFC, and obviously it was different management at that time. It was the Fertitta brothers, and that's who introduced me to UFC. That's who got me in. It was the old matchmaker before Sean.
All right, but here's my question, Mike, because I find it hard to believe, like, if you really wanted to press Dana or press the team and you wanted to come back in the UFC, you would be a massive fucking draw, right? So for them, it would make a lot of sense. But does it make sense for you?
But they don't need a draw.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they don't need someone.
They don't, but they do. Like, it would be a big draw for them. You could headline a card with another fight. Like, it would be a big draw. The question is it really worth you going back and fighting for $100,000 or $150,000?
That's my point. Like, why would I take a huge pay cut? Like, why would I take a huge pay cut if I'm bringing, because it's going to be a huge story in combat sports that I go back and I see, you know, they're NFL, NBA now, they're so structured on ESPN and their shit looks good. It's like, it's obviously they're the best. So it's like, they give chances to people, but they don't have to pay so much for it. But they do with, like, you know, CM Punk, like Demetrius Johnson said. CM Punk comes in, boom, he gets $500,000, $1 million or something like that just coming in. I mean, even that is like, you know, I don't know why I got to take a pay cut, man, because I think I've been out here earning it, and let me show you that I come in and make this noise. But if this other thing happens, I'm going to be hard to deny, bro.
I mean, we all want to see it. Look, I want to see fucking Dylan Dennis get beat up, and I know millions of fans across the globe also want to see Dylan get beat up. Like,
there's not many. I don't like talking too much shit, but there's not many people I genuinely don't like, and he's one. Dylan Dennis is one I genuinely just don't.
And so I was going to say the same thing, Mac. I was going to say, look, I don't like the guy, but I don't know the guy, you know, so I really can't say that. I don't like his fucking persona. I don't like who I believe the guy to be. You know what I mean? I may like the guy if we went and had drinks at the bar. I don't know.
I almost guarantee, like, you'd get along with the dude. I bet. But it's like, I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, I don't agree with him talking about other people's wives.
See, I'm cool with that. Like, well, I mean, whatever. You can do that. But then don't fucking show up to the fight and lay down and not fight then. That's what, like, I don't know, bro. If you're going to talk all that shit, go out on your shield.
No,
dude, I'm sorry.
That was a bitch-made move in that fight. You know it.
That was bitch, dude. And he can actually, like, he could, you know, he probably could have done more. I don't know, man. I just don't.
And we had Mike Perry in the fucking locker room ready to go. Like, imagine if we got to watch Mike and Logan go in there and throw hands versus that shit show. I mean, come on.
Yeah, dude, he danced around like nothing was happening and talking shit.
You should have seen me out that night. We went out that night in London, and I got drunk and was arguing with like 15 girls outside.
About what?
I was because I was trying to talk with my wife, and then these other girls got involved. Why are you talking to her like that? I'm like, bitch, don't be coming over here getting in my business.
Hey, Mac, I'll tell you a quick one. So we went to this nightclub, and they had set it up, you know, for Mike, and they had provided, like, bottle service and shit. So they had this huge trough. We had, like, a booth, and there was a huge trough in the middle that they were, like, filling with ice, right? And it was a trough. Like, you couldn't pick this fucking thing up. Instead of a table, it was a trough. But it had all these chains and shit on the inside. So me and Mike are, like, talking to each other. We're like, what the fuck is this for? So when the waiter comes back with the bottles, Mike goes, yo, what are the chains for, like, inside of this? And of course, we're in a loud ass nightclub, right? So you can't like hear each other. So he's just kind of motioning, and he's like, we tie them up so that people can't throw the bottles at each other. And we're like, this is what Manchester nightlife is.
That's UK for you, yeah. Those bastards, dude. they have to
shout out to our guest today.
Service.
I'm assuming he's in the building. Shout out to our guest, Ericsson Samuel, karate fighter, mixed martial artist. What's up, Ericsson? How you been, man?
What's up, man? Really nice to see all you guys. And thank you for the last time I met you all. It was over a year ago, but I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, I was with you the first time I met Mike Perry.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you. Yeah, happy to have you, Ericsson. It's been last time I saw you, you were beating someone up I got to watch front row at the Karate Combat Show. That was a great show. And man, you're really good on social media, and like you always posting your workout videos. You always do some cool kicks or punches, and really fast paced, man. Really powerful athlete. So what's coming up for you? What's next for you, Ericsson?
First of all, thank you so much, Mike. It was an honor to meet you. I know that we met in because I was fighting in December, and we met back in October when I was in Orlando, and you came. I had the honor to meet you because I texted you and I said I would be there. So I'm really happy and grateful that you took the time to actually come to Karate Combat. And also you visited the event, so that was thank you so much for that. And also McMalley, obviously, you work with Karate Combat, and nice to see you again. To answer your question, my next thing is I'm having a fight in Misfit Boxing. It's yeah, like it's boxing, so it's not Karate Combat anymore. And I was actually at an event last weekend, just a few days ago. I was in London at the Misfits event, and I got in a situation with Anthony Johnson, the former Bellator fighter, and also the current light heavyweight champion in Misfits. So actually, I think that is a great
Wait,
matchup.
wait, wait. Anthony Taylor?
Sorry, Anthony Taylor. Sorry, not Anthony Johnson.
Shout
That's
out
Sorry.
Rumble though.
okay.
Shout out
Yeah.
Rumble though.
Yeah, very
You,
very
you want
different
me to
people.
do that again?
Who's
Anthony
Rumble?
Anthony
Johnson.
Johnson.
Rumble is the UFC guy. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Shout
Okay,
out
yeah,
or RIP.
R.I.P.
Shout
Anthony
out to
Rumble
him.
Johnson.
You want me to do it again?
Let's see this.
Oh, here we go. We can take a look.
Yeah.
Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor, man, are you about to box him in Misfits?
Yeah, that's the plan, bro. That's the plan.
That's a good fight, man. You know, he walks around on his tiptoes, man. Something wrong with him.
Bro, the thing is, um, just one question. This is recording right now, right? You can
Yes.
you can cut that I mentioned Anthony. It feels okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'll start over again. So the thing is, at the Misfit events, he started to argue with me a lot, right? Like a lot. And the thing is, I had a lot of respect for him because he's a former Bellator fighter. He had a lot of fights in boxing, and he's actually the current light heavyweight champion in Misfits and like a commentator for Misfits. But at the time when I was there, he's very disrespectful. So I just thought, you know, you know how the
He,
fight
he
game works. It's not all
I
about talk.
yeah, I met Anthony
Yeah.
Taylor. I started off on Twitter, he was talking trash, and then I
Yeah.
met him at that Misfits event
Yeah.
where he won that title. And he did not have any shit to say to me in person.
Bro,
And
to be honest, if let's imagine Anthony Taylor went to bare knuckle, you would fucking smash him in 30 seconds. I watched his fight. He thinks it's MMA, but it's boxing.
he grabs
Yeah,
the
he's
he
grabbing, he's
underhooks.
hugging.
His punches are pretty bad, but he's gonna hold you.
Yeah, but we all know that's not the way, not in boxing. But
No, we know the way.
yeah, you know the way. I
This is
know.
this is the way.
Yeah, that's the way. But in terms of how he is as a fighter, I respect him. He has like 10 fights in Bellator. He has like 10 fights in boxing. So I respect him for that. But I still don't
Wow.
think he is a threat. Even if I only have like 3 or 4 fights, I don't think he's a threat.
Yeah, you're a very tough fighter because you and I, we bare knuckle sparred before your karate combat fight. They were like we were trying to make
Skits.
some.
We were trying to just do a
some
quick little
videos.
skit, and then you guys were supposed to, and you
and we
just
just got in a
5-minute round.
3-minute bare knuckle brawl.
I remember
Yeah,
right
dude.
when you guys started, I was like, "Oh, they're just gonna go. This is good content." I was like, "Just let them go."
And I got like 50 pounds on you.
Bro,
You could hear these shots, bro.
hey Mike,
Yeah.
I gotta ask you something.
Yes, sir.
And this is now after, you had successful before and you have success even more after. Was that round for you legit? You know, because I really put my heart into it, you know?
Yeah, it was legit, dude, because I hit you with some good shots. And like I said, I had like 50 pounds on you.
Yeah.
And I would get pissed off. Like, I just work off of my anger.
Yeah.
And sometimes I was like, like, who's this little guy I think he is, bro? I'm going to hit him with a body shot. Ugh. And I hit you with some good shots, and you just kept coming, man, kept throwing back at me. That's the technique. And that's why I said when you came on, like, Ericsson Samuel, he's a fighter and he does, you fight in different organizations between, and now you're moving. That's how the combat sports world is happening now. You go in and out, boxing, MMA, kickboxing, karate, and you're always making content, and you're very like, in your followers' face with positivity though. There's nothing negative about you. You're super humble and you're willing to give it your best shot, man. And no, I think that's how people should be, man. So I'm rooting for you all the time out here.
Thank you. I respect you so much. And in terms of when it comes to the fighting game, where the upcoming Misfits fights, I respect Anthony as well. Since he was in Bellator, it's a still. I don't know what's going on over there at the moment, but I heard it's been some. I don't know, but back like let's say a few years ago, Bellator was a very respectful organization. So I totally respect him as a fighter, as an athlete, and in Misfits, I haven't really followed him that much, but since he has the belt and he's a commentator, I just feel that if I could get a fight with him, it's a good test for me. That would be a really good
Should I
fight.
text him right now and say fight Samuel?
Beat his ass.
Should I
Sorry?
text him right now and say fight Samuel?
He's already know.
He already knows?
Know. Like that fight is in the works. Like
Good,
right
that's a
now,
banger.
you can ask Mams, you can ask KSI. We had an altercation, and it is just about like he haven't fight. He told me, or no, not me as a person, but he told the team that he's been searching for a fight for like 1 year now. Nobody wants to fight him. Everybody's so afraid. I've been looking at his fights, and to be honest, with all due respect, you know, what type of opponents have you looked for? It's not like you've been searching for a professional boxer. So I don't really think he's that good. I need to put some respect on his name because he has a lot of experience. He's been in Bellator. He's done some great boxing fights. I think he also went to spar with Floyd Mayweather. Something happened. I don't really know, but he was still up for the task. That says something. So I gotta respect him. But when I stand in front of him, Mike Perry, everyone knows that when you're in front of someone, you look them in the eyes. It's not. You just feel the energy. This is not the guy that is. He's not about it. He's not about that thing. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to commentate Misfits. He wants to live on the sponsorship and the promotion, but he's not actually fighting.
Shout out to Anthony Taylor, though, because he
talking.
did punch Dylan Dennis in the parking lot at a hotel, and Dylan didn't do shit about it.
Yeah, okay.
Dylan didn't do shit about
Okay.
it.
I'm for that, but Dylan Dennis is a fucking asshole, bro.
We were just
Let's
talking about
go.
He is. No, to be
Let's
fair,
go.
he would totally smoke me in jiu-jitsu because he's a really good jiu-jitsu person. I'm the novice in jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
He would probably get me in jiu-jitsu in like 45 seconds. But still, you can be an asshole.
that. He's the best at cuddling. That's about it. Yeah.
no, I like where this is going.
Yeah,
I
Ericsson's got to
like
be a
it.
little more. Go ahead.
I would just say, in boxing, I would probably smoke Dylan Dennis as
If
well.
he'd fight,
I would just say in jiu-jitsu I won't because I put respect on Dylan Dennis in jiu-jitsu, but in boxing, you know,
Yeah.
he's not good. We can all agree on that. Like he's not nice. In striking
He could
over
take a punch. He could take a punch. I'll give him that.
In one of his last Bellator
take
fight, I think he was getting cracked, and he eventually got a hold of the dude's leg. I think he heel hooked him. But yeah, he can take a shot. He can take a shot.
Yes, like I said, he could take a punch. I've
yeah,
seen him
but
get
take a
punched.
punch. It's not the same as winning a fight, and in the end, it's you know, it's like a lot of people can take a punch.
You got to give him back.
To
You
be
got to be able to
fair,
give it
I'm
back,
gonna
though.
put this out
disagree.
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I'm gonna put
I
this out there.
disagree.
My last fight, I lost because I moved up a weight class, right? So this guy had like at least like 12 pounds. You do pounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think last fight, the guy I fought, I went up a weight class. He had at least like 20 pounds on me. He almost KO'd me. I could take a punch. I still lost. So like I don't see take a punch as a legitimate reason to say someone is a great fighter, because probably everyone here, McMahon, everyone can take a punch.
No,
But
they can't. These two can't
Not
take
from
him.
Mike Perry or
they
Samuel,
can.
no.
Yeah, they can. They can.
I'm a human punching
Got a
bag.
big head.
I'm a human punching bag. I can take a
It-
punch.
it's not just motivation enough to call it I'm a great fighter. I deserve this. I deserve that. Most of people out there can take a punch actually, So it's
No, I feel like there's levels to everything. There's levels, right? And it's like, because taking a punch is like one of my best abilities, and
But you give it
the
back,
way I
though.
take them.
That's what Dylan doesn't do. He gets punched in the face and lays on his back.
Yeah. No, I think about when he fought Logan and Conor McGregor get on Twitter with the voice memos
the
afterwards, and he's like, "Oh yeah, do you see some of them shots, eh? Some of them shots were looking good, eh?"
Mike, can I ask you an honest question?
No honest questions
Of
here. Ericsson.
course,
Okay.
all
An
lies.
honest question. Okay, imagine
Okay.
this way. If you like if you would have gone to bare knuckle earlier, like end your UFC career earlier, do you think you would have success? Because earlier, I mean, my point is, it feels like bare knuckle is more your style than UFC, where you can do, kicking, wrestling, clinching, fucking everything. I mean, you feel to me, when I met you and when I actually just for fun sparred you, it felt like bare knuckle for you is your, like, that's where you
It's like
belong.
Dylan Dennis in jiu-jitsu. It's like that's your
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. That's what I
Yeah.
mean.
I mean, Mike was 14-8 in the UFC, boys.
No, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying in bare knuckle, it's just phenomenal.
Look, I went into the UFC, and I was green in there, and that's where I learned a lot because I just fought. Like I fought a lot. A lot of people have been there longer than me and don't have as many fights as I have. I have 15 UFC fights
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a short amount of time, 4 or 5 years.
100%.
And there was a learning curve there for me, and trying to learn all the martial arts took away from my favorite of just punching and brawling. Like I was always been a boxer. So, but then boxing, there was some MMA fights that, I mean, when I was coming up and I got into the UFC, oh my God, everybody caught the hands, bro.
Yeah.
And I fought some good guys, but then all the stuff, there was certain people, kickboxers or jiu-jitsu practitioners that, they knew how to get their game going. And I feel like now that I have learned and I keep my hands sharp when I go and I do MMA with people, I know what I want to do. I want to land my hands on you. I want to stop you from taking me down. I want to watch out for your kicks. And I'm stronger. I can control in the clinch, and I still have crazy grappling.
Yeah.
So, I was talking to these guys before you came on about how UFC days and Pride days, when guys used to go back and forth and they would go fight overseas and then they would come back to the UFC and they would do pay-per-views over here.
Yeah.
Back it's like USA versus other places in the world. And, I feel like that's who I'm battling right now as to where can, Mike Perry deserves more looks at his next fight because his last fight was only 40 seconds. So,
That
obviously
sounds crazy though.
the,
By the
the
way,
opponent's got to be able to take a
yeah,
punch. And we'll see, man. Because I'm also open. Like MMA is still an option for me while currently signed with BKFC, so I can get an MMA fight in and then go back and do another bare knuckle boxing match. I just got so much money to go get, man. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
yeah,
And the path of being a warrior. I mean, that's what I think you're into, that path. You know what I mean? You want to, like the Ip Man movies or Ung Bak the Thai
yeah, yeah.
Warrior movies. It's a path of being a martial artist, man.
Mike, I got a quick question for you, and it's not really off topic, but out of everyone you fought in the UFC, who do you think would be the best fight? Who would do the best in bare knuckle? I have a guess. Paul Felder, maybe. He's like one of the only guys that strikes me as tough as you.
Well, Paul, that's the thing about a lot of these guys is that if you take them out of the
UFC,
other areas,
MMA.
Paul is really good in the clinch, with Muay Thai, with kicks. He's tough, but that's not all it takes sometimes. In boxing, there's a swagger, and Paul's a little unflavored. You know what I'm saying? Bland chicken, you know what I mean? No, shout out to Paul Felder, man. He looks good commentating up there. Every time I see him commentate on UFC, I'm like, oh man, I beat that guy. Shout out to Paul,
I met
man.
him at the airport a couple trips ago, and I was walking through the, I don't know, like the long terminal walkways, and I heard him talking, and I didn't know. I was just like, do I have UFC playing in my phone? I thought like I had butt dialed UFC app, and I was like playing a clip or something. And I look over, I was like, what the fuck? There's Paul. He was really nice, man. He's really cool. Anyway, there you go. We can get back on track. I was curious.
So Ericsson,
Yeah.
you are from Australia? No, Sweden. I thought I seen you repping like the Australian flag or something on your Instagram. Maybe it was a Swedish flag.
Yeah, it's a Swedish flag. No, well,
Completely different flags.
no. Sorry,
Mike
sorry.
Perry's
I will
geometry
get
isn't
that
that
right.
really good.
In my name, it's the Korean flag, like Ericsson Samuel, and then it's Korean flag. But
Okay,
I live in Sweden and operate from
Yeah.
Sweden, so that might
man, some
confuse.
good views out there, huh?
I do my best to get my name out there. I'm not a like active fighter I don't fight 4 or 5 times a year. I try to get the fights where I really, can make an impact on myself and the other opponent as well and the
Of
audience
course.
worldwide. So, I really try to do my best to just promote the martial arts community.
Of course, yes. But I was actually talking about like what I think of Sweden is like a train ride through the beautiful grassy mountains, and there's lakes, and like it's
Yeah.
super
I think a
beautiful
tall
there, right?
Yeah,
blonde
that's
chicks.
true. That's true. And it's you just it's cold as fuck. So even if we have nice environments, all the things you describe, you still need to come here and it's like minus 20 Celsius. So 30 Celsius. It's very cold here.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's Yeah, I'm not ready for that, man. It's always 80 where I
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
And 100% humidity.
But
Fuck that.
in terms of like a country, we're nice. We have everything that is needed. But and fighter wise, we have the Mahler Gustafsson. We have Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev though chose to move to Dubai. But as a nation, we're a good fighting country. We are really a lot of good fighters here.
Shout out Gustafson, one of the first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And he's still here. He's still here. He's very, very respected. He's a good fighter. He's a veteran. Everyone looks up to him. So most of the
I was gonna
Hamzat
nations,
say, yeah,
train
what
out
about
there, don't
Hamzat? Do you know Hamzat?
yeah, of
Hamzat
course,
train out
yeah.
there?
Like, have you trained with him or anything?
I haven't trained with him, but I met him a few times. Um, we fight on the same event back in 2018, where I made MMA amateur fight. He was um I was the co-main event, and he was just below me. He got a little bit mad, but that was before he was there. He was very famous, and now looking back at it, he truly deserved to be there. I really like Hamzat. He's a nice guy. I met him when he was in All Stars and everything. So you know, whatever he decides to do, I can't, I can't speak on anything. I just respect him as a fighter.
100%.
He's really good. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
I'm curious, Samuel. So you were talking about, like Mike said, 15. That's crazy. It's crazy you had that many fights in that short amount of time. How many? Let's say you get the fight with Anthony Taylor, and you win.
Yeah.
And how often, or how active would you prefer to be? What would be your ideal? Like, what, fight twice a year, 3 times a year? Like, how active are you trying to be? Like, what's the goal? What's your goal?
My plan would be to fight like 2 times a year. And to be fair, I just want to say this: I'm still under contract with Karate Combat. So the fight with Misfits is a crossover fight. So of course, everyone, even Karate Combat, Misfits, me, we want to make this fight as big as possible. So I think Anthony Taylor is a good
Oh
fight.
yeah.
And then after that fight, I need, I'm always a karateka, so I need to talk to Asim. I need to talk to all the guys involved in Karate Combat. I still respect that organization so much because I was built in that organization, and but for now, I really want to do this fight before. So I'm going to fight, hopefully, Anthony Taylor, and I really need to focus on
Yeah.
that. And then after, I will call everyone. It's you fight on a Saturday, and on the Monday or Tuesday, you just reach out to everyone. What's
Yep.
next? You know.
Well, I mean, I know they want you back. I was actually talking to like Mac Tyson yesterday and a few people from Karate Combat, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, we're gonna have Samuel
Yeah.
on tomorrow." So yeah, they were like, "Yeah, we really want to get him back." So hope you do because
No,
your
no,
kicks are
I still
awesome.
no, I love Karate Combat, and I love like everything that they have done for me. Um, and I've been really involved in everything. McMalley, I've been a big part of Karate Combat. So I will always, promote and respect Karate Combat as an organization, together with the part of who I am. Yeah, so that's it. But right now it's Focus Misfits. So I got everything cleared. So Karate Combat is a part of this as well. Yeah. So I need to put the focus where the focus is. You know.
Well, so how do you? One of my favorite things, like you go viral for this all the time. For anyone listening, if you don't know who Samuel Ericcson is, look him up on Instagram. One of the most explosive dudes I've ever seen. Like the training videos he puts out. I mean, look at that shit. That's wild, man. This dude is so fast, so explosive. I've seen it. I've held the power cube for you. I felt it.
Yeah.
But your kicks are one of my favorite things. They're so versatile, and you mix those in. Even when you did the Kyokushin body shots with Mike Perry, you mixed in a few kicks. What is it about boxing that you want to do so bad where you eliminate your kicks? Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's one of your
Yeah.
I mean, he got hands, bro. Look
Oh,
at
I
the
know.
guns
I
on
know.
him. Look at them. Look at them big bazookas
Yeah.
over there, man. Them things bigger than mine. What the hell?
Bro, I mean, I think. Thank you so much, Mike. I think in the end,
I
it's just
love the
about.
intensity too. When you
Dude.
throw in
Thank
your
you.
combinations, you throw them the way that they should be thrown. Like you put force into it.
Thank you so much. That's actually
Of
been
course, brother.
that has been actually the most, like, the big difference I had to adapt to, because the footwork and the distance is a lot different when you're allowed to kick and you're not. So I really appreciate that, Mike. Thank you so much.
Of
It
course.
means a lot coming from you. But in the end, I mean, I think I need to try everything. If I got an offer and I think that offer is good, even if it's not like my home soil, I need to try it. You know, I like challenges. I like challenge myself. I like being part of the industry in different ways. And it's 2024. The martial arts community is growing like crazy. Mike Perry is a big part of it. UFC, it's a big part of it. I would like to be part of it in my own way, even if it's not like that big. But I want to provide to the martial arts community. So I just want to show that it's possible to be a part of different categories of fighting, of training, and just make some stuff happen. You know.
Well, I mean, and Anthony Taylor's like a big fight in Misfits, for you, and we can't ignore the fact that you have nearly 1 million, followers on Instagram, and that plays into you're not just gonna go out there and fight just anybody, like
That's not more than Mike, is it?
He's close. I think he might almost. I don't know. I think we got the same
Damn.
amount,
Let me just
or he's got like 800.
guys, can this next part I'm gonna say now, you need to really put out. Okay, so I'm gonna say like this. Wait. Just in terms of followers, Anthony Taylor got like 800,000 something, but no one of his followers cares about him. Look at his engagement. He gets like 30 comments on a post when he has a fight coming up. Anthony Taylor, it's all about talking. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at, but it's not attractive to the fans. And with that being said, it's not that attractive to the organization.
Nah,
so,
but what you're saying is his shit is botted. His followers are botted.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why he didn't get the interaction.
Go look at his
But
page.
hang on.
Go look at his
Hang
page.
on. Why are you saying we need to cut this? This is what you need to be saying to get the fucking fight. Fuck Anthony Taylor and his botted ass followers, and I'm gonna whoop his fucking ass in Misfits, like plain and simple.
Yeah, okay. Don't to be honest, don't cut it. But
Don't cut it. That's right. Don't cut it. I'm gonna whoop his fucking ass, and all his followers are botted, and we ain't cutting it.
Yeah, don't cut it. No.
And after you whoop his ass, we gonna get you a fight in the Platinum Pit.
Mike Perry, probably, please, all of you guys, come to the fight. I would like you on my personal invite list. And this is the
Where
thing.
and when is it?
I don't have a specific day.
Because look, I can't eat English
listen,
food again, man. I can't eat. The English food was so bad, I'm never going back.
No, I was supposed to fight no, this is the thing. I was supposed to fight with a guy in June 22nd in Dallas, Texas.
That's the
See, we can
Misfits
do
Boxing.
Dallas.
Yeah. No. But this guy accepted the fight in June 20. No, sorry. Like 2 weeks before my fight with him. And now, when I was in London, they interacted with Anthony Taylor. That was not the plan from the beginning. Okay? So now I'm supposedly fight Anthony Taylor like maybe 2-3 weeks later.
I like it. That's a good fight.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna try to hold you.
No. So just so you know, the plan was from the beginning not to me fight Anthony Taylor. He was just a commentator at Misfits, but we got in some fucking thing, and they didn't want us. And all the fans actually said, "Oh, AT, Ericsson, boom, boom, boom." So then I
That should be a
guess,
good fight. Yeah.
yeah. So it makes sense.
Well, take the options that you get. You get a better option out of it. Anthony Taylor does have a little social media presence because he's just always going.
Yeah.
And, he out here hitting people in parking lots and shit. And getting into arguments while he's commentating. I mean, you got to give him that. I tried to fight him in the hotel lobby, but he was like super nice.
Bro, Mike Perry would fucking smash Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor is as short as me, and he's not good at boxing. And if Mike Perry would do bare knuckle boxing against AT would sleep for 3 years. That's just
I love it.
That's facts. And just fucking.
It's true. I'd like to see Ericsson Samuel and Anthony Taylor box because I don't think he boxes well. I think you'll punch him better. And I would like to see that matchup.
Would you be in my corner if it was in the States for me and Anthony Johnson? Sorry. Oh, again. Sorry. Oh, my God. I'm just falling back. Sorry, guys. I'm doing this again.
Listen, my last walkout song, it had this part in it when I'm in the ring. And the song is like, shout out to the dead, to the dead, to the dead. Shout out to the dead, to the dead, to the dead. And it was saying that, I was looking at Tiago. Shout out to the dead, to the dead.
Yeah.
Because, maybe that's why you're saying that, because you're saying Anthony Taylor is a dead man.
No, bro, I just feel that after Karate Combat, I talked to you after my fight, and I really felt that I would have loved, I would have been
We gotta
so,
get the dates. We
yeah.
gotta get the dates and we gotta get the time because I got a lot of stuff going on right now too, and the whole combat sports world is stuck between June and July
Oh, yeah.
between Misfits and there's a couple other organizations that are working, and June and July. It's like we're trying to figure out when the time is that I'm about to fight. So I'm not. I'll tell you, man. I'm not quite the coach, man. I'm too busy
Bro, I
fucking
don't need
people
you as
up,
a
and
coach. I would need you in
I
my
can't teach.
corner.
I can't teach people how to be like me, man. They
No,
just got to know
I
how to
don't need
take
you.
the
I
punch
don't need
already.
you coaching me. I just need to be there to feel your presence, and that would be totally enough for
Yeah,
me.
dude, just Mike Perry being
So watch
there.
the show for sure,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, I've got a better record
So
than
watch
Mike
the
does as a
show.
corner man.
Hey, shout out to real quick,
Shout
man.
out to
I just
everyone
thought of
as
this.
you, bro. I don't want to
I don't know if
downgrade any
that's
one of you.
true. I don't know if that's
I
true,
just made it up.
Icebags. Real quick, I just want to shout out Derek Campos. They're doing a
Yeah,
fight in Lubbock, Texas. That's a fight that's coming. It's an MMA fight. And Derek Campos is the OG of
yeah.
the fight community. He's got a fight I just thought about, so that's coming up. Shout out to him. Man, we going, me and my guy Icebags going to Miami this weekend. Going to spend some time in the sun with the trees and the breeze and the birds and the bees.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
do some business talking about platinum pits.
yeah.
Do you know about that, Ericsson?
I don't know
Yeah,
what
do you
that
know about
means
that?
though.
Yeah,
But
tell him about Platinum Pit fights, Mike, and Bags.
Yeah, platinum pit fights is. I think you saw it. I posted about it. It's
oh, was
it's
that?
gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, yeah. I saw it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was that the thing?
our organization for fighting, a competitive combat professional
Is that
sport.
like bare knuckle but with like 4 ounce gloves?
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to say
It's
it.
a mix.
yeah.
It's a
It's
mix.
gonna have
It's a
smaller
perfect
gloves.
mix between bare knuckle and boxing, right? Because bare knuckle,
Oh, yeah.
as beautiful as it is, and as much as I love the sport, it's gonna be a long time before bare knuckle goes mainstream because of the stigma attached to it.
Yeah,
Right? It
yeah,
just is. Just
yeah.
like it took UFC.
I do want to allow,
All
some
right.
ground.
Hey, look,
I
we're
think
meeting
that
on
shit
Friday in
is
Miami to
the
discuss
bee's
this.
knees.
We're gonna hash it all out.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
talk
hash it
about it.
all
I
out.
think it's the bee's knees. If I drop somebody, hood, and cause look, when I dropped Tiago was on the ground like
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's a beautiful,
and I just had to
but it
stand
is a
there.
beautiful mix between bare knuckle and traditional boxing, right? Like traditional boxing, people still love for the big fights, but that the casual fan doesn't want to watch a 12-round point match over and over and over again, right? The casual fan wants to see more of like the bare knuckle pressure and violence. But at the same time, sometimes it's a little bit too violent for people, right? So this is like a good mix in between the two.
What was that thing you said? Because bare knuckle has the knuckle up, and yours was like, like let's get it on. But it was you said it in the text, wasn't
said
it
it.
you, Josh, who
Let's get
said?
it on.
Yeah, you were like,
Yeah.
I like the phrase, the catchphrase. It was like, let's get it on, but it wasn't.
You
It
just
was
be
something
like,
else.
Violence.
It was like,
Go.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back through the text.
Kill him.
I was like, finish him.
What he said. So, so say you get that Anthony Taylor fight at Misfits Boxing Ericcson, and you beat him and you take that belt. Who is in line for that to face you after you take that belt from Anthony Taylor, or like who is a good name that you would like to bring into the boxing ring,
I think first
from
of
the
all,
fight
I don't
community?
even know if it would be for the belt because I think it will be some kind of catchweight. I don't really know right now. If it's for the belt,
Ah,
I'm up for it. If it's not, I'm up for it. I'm up for it anyway. I would be totally up for going in your organization, Mike, because I really respect you and I've met you and we've been hanging out.
look,
I love you as a person. You're so fucking.
thank you, brother.
I respect you so much, and I'm so
Love you
excited to
too,
see
bro.
whatever the fuck you're doing next. I just need to talk
Thank
then,
you.
to Asim, you know, in karate combat. But whatever you're doing, I would always be up for it as a individual. And you know,
Thank
you
you.
since we did the bare knuckle fighting that you said before my fight, you know, I can't say anything else. You're a so humble person. I respect you so much, and I'm excited to whatever you're doing, and I want to be part of it. I really like you as a
I
fighter. I
same.
like you
I
as a
feel the
person.
same way, bro. Now I gotta go to your fight, man. Once I hear about it, once I can get the schedule put together, man, I'd love to come see another one because I got to watch you in
Thank you.
karate combat up front, close and personal. They gave me so much love to get me right up
Yeah,
front in front of people so that I could watch it sidelines like that. Shout out to Awesome and Karate
yeah,
Combat, man. A positive guy, owner of the Goat Shed.
yes.
He's trying to help those young
Shout out
men
to Asim in
figure out
Karate Combat,
that
100%.
fight lifestyle,
Yeah.
that fighting love lifestyle. If you been to Goat Shed,
No, I never been. Sorry to not have been. I've only been to Miami a few times and I
no.
never had the time to go there. But I would love to go there. It seems, you know, now when we talk about it, it seems crazy. But at the same time, you know, it's 100% quality, you know? So
Yeah, they scrapping that bitch,
they
man. He has them
scrapping the
boys
shit
fighting
out
each
of that
other
bitch,
over
yeah.
there.
You know
Yeah.
the guy we have at
Yeah,
KC, Owen Chelmaya, the ex. I know you'll know him, Samuel, but the ex bantamweight champion, the Irish one, Owen
Yeah.
Chelmaya.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He went and he's working at Goat Shed now, so I'm excited to see how that looks. Yeah,
Really?
he's been apparently working at Goat Shed. That'll be interesting.
I mean, Gochet is a very qualified place, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been there myself, but from what I've seen, it's top tier.
Yeah.
They're
It's a
serious,
fighter
you know.
gym for sure. Well, I do gotta say, like, I know we already talked about, but I mean, I think the interaction between you two when I was there, like the first time I met Mike, actually, way before we had this podcast, when you, I think,
Yeah.
texted him or you DM'd him on Instagram or something, you said Mike was gonna come down and train with you for a little bit. We're gonna shoot some content. I was like, what the fuck? This is gonna be so cool. And just watching you two when you started doing that fucking bodies video, man. Like I'll never forget. I was like, see, those people are built different. Like those are fighters, fighters.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, when me and Mike Perry went body, I thought we were actually doing like friendly
Oh, I
body.
know. That was the
But I
plan. Remember the
said,
plan? The plan was like you were just supposed to like go like it was a skit,
bro,
and you guys like
the
we'll just go
plan,
bodies.
the plan. There is no plan with Mike Perry, bro, and
I'm
that's
not
what
an
I
actor,
respected.
bro.
He, the first punches he threw, like the 10 seconds, I realized I'm getting whooped in here, you know. But I still gonna put up a
Nah,
like.
you
I'm
did
still
good
gonna
though.
do it. I'm still gonna put up a fight. If this is a 1 minute or a 5 minute, as long as I can go, I'm gonna
Well, you
do
could
it
see both of you.
because I respect
You
my.
could see both of you testing each other, like. And I was like, you know, the comments always say the same thing when we post that video of you two, and it's like, oh shit, you started bringing the dog out of both of them. I mean, you both were really just measuring each other up, and like it was fascinating to watch.
I think Mac.
I think I said something.
Yo,
Yeah, he
chill.
did. Max stopped it.
I was like,
Yeah,
that was so funny, man. But it really just showed me, you know,
yeah.
like that interaction between you two. That's two real fighters meeting 30 seconds later. You guys are boxing and just measure each other up. Like, I don't know, man. It was admirable. I don't know. I thought it was really cool.
What's one of your
Yeah, it was.
favorite foods over there in Sweden, man? They do like the sauerkraut and Wiener Schnitzel and shit, like with a beer.
No, you're talking about German, bro. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, that sounds
We
fire.
do like
Hamza, that's
meatballs and
probably his
mashed
favorite
Oh,
potatoes.
meal,
yeah.
bro. He probably eat meatballs,
No, it's not. Probably
I
it's
don't,
so regular, it's so basic.
bangers
I
and
don't think it's his
mash.
favorite
That's what
food.
they
But
call it, bangers and mash.
you gotta ask him though.
That's what
Yeah.
they call it. Got the little corn kernels in there, man.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's true.
I've asked you stuff like this in person before. Like, would you say you're looked at as a fighter or an influencer
A human
based
being.
off your social media following?
I would say people look me as an influencer that take fights.
You comfortable with that?
Everything that comes with it, you know. I know that I'm not a real full-time fighter. I'm not. You know, I'm never claimed to be. So the thing is for me that I do whatever that makes sense. And if I want to fight in karate combat this time, I'm going to fight in Misfits Boxing. if it makes sense, I'm
I got a
fighting.
good fight.
But
No.
I got a good
No,
fight.
he
What do you weigh?
doesn't. He weighs like
175.
140.
well, I can go down
Yeah.
enough.
Well, he'd fight. I mean,
What?
I thought fight weight. I thought we were talking about fight weight because he's talking about fight. So I figured, okay, go ahead.
Like in karate combat, I'm 155, but in mix,
What is
yeah,
Bryce Hall weigh?
He's a lot smaller than
Ooh.
Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall fought in bare knuckle.
fair, I
he
didn't
had
either,
one
but
fight
yeah.
in bare knuckle, and he's
I
a
didn't either.
TikToker.
no, but Bryce Hall.
He's a YouTuber or a TikToker. Yeah, he's shown.
He
some pretty
did
good
fight
skill.
what
No, but he's not
155
lightweight.
against
He's
G
yeah, it might
in
be.
bare knuckle.
I was about, yeah, I was
But
about
like
to say, like, you might have
55 for Ericsson is
He's
like
lean,
his
but
walk
he's
around
fucking
weight.
pretty jacked, bro. Yeah, 155.
Max. Oh, you're 65, so 55 is good. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
I'm
them,
like 65 now.
it's all in the arms, man.
65.
Bro got
I
some
need to.
cannons. Bro got cannons
No
over
shit,
there,
right?
man.
I'm sitting there looking at these fucking
That
biceps,
is
like,
a
what's
good
going
fight,
on?
man. Influencer versus influencer. but you were saying because of the question that Mac Malley asked you, you were like, you never proclaimed to be this all the time fighter, but it's like we all out here fighting, bro. Just like
The money fight, I'm up for it, bro.
yeah.
I would probably not fight you, but
Ah,
I mean, you
that's
kind
all
of
right,
did.
brother.
plenty of people
I
that
watched
would
it
fight.
myself. You kind of
That's
did.
okay, man.
No. It's like Mike, when you're fighting, but it still has to make sense, right?
Well, that's the position I'm in. Anything makes sense because it's like it's a Mike Perry fight night. Who's he fighting? Who cares?
Yeah.
But lately it hasn't been who cares. It's like I've been proud to tell people like who you fighting. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fighting Luke Rockhold, man, Eddie Alvarez, man, Thiago Alves, man, MVP.
Yeah.
I was, happy to tell people I'm fighting these fucking guys. But really, no matter where you go in the
imagine for
world,
me-
if someone says who you
Imagine for
fighting
me-
and you don't say Conor McGregor, they don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
No, imagine me being an influencer fighter, going 4 minutes of body with you, and all these guys getting fucked up in like 1 or 2 rounds. It's just, I go,
That's good.
I like that.
I think
Yes,
if I
sir.
remember right, Mike, was it one of you? And I'm not tattling or anything like that, but one of you came away with bloody knuckles from that body session. I think Mike, you might have hit his hip. I think.
Yeah, no, my elbow. He hit my
Yeah,
elbow.
Hit your
I
elbow?
punched your hip and your elbow, and I did hurt. I
Yeah.
hurt my hands
Yeah.
pretty good punching you. And
So what I'm
but,
getting out
like,
of this is Mike just barely lost this sparring session, right?
I ain't lose this shit.
Don't.
It was no
don't do
winners,
that.
bro.
No, it was fun times, bro. They were meeting each other. That's how fighters meet each other, apparently.
Yeah, it was just-
like high schoolers in the bathroom
Like
at lunch,
fucking
bro. Let's go
peacock.
bodies.
Like a
Let's just
fucking
go bodies.
peacock. Like
Yeah. What's
I
up,
had to
dude?
warm. You gotta warm your knuckles up, bro. And we just jumped right into it. And the first thing I did was fucking punch him in the hip, and my fucking fingers were like cramped up after that. That's bare knuckle shit. It be like that.
Yeah.
Yo, so
I
that's
got
the
fucked
fight
up
we
as
want,
well,
man.
though.
Do me a favor, Ericsson. Look at the camera and be like, Bryce Hall, I'm calling you out, and we'll get you a bare knuckle boxing match in BKFC.
Yeah.
How about that?
I don't know who Bryce Hall is.
Ah,
bro.
it's
Well,
true.
that works right there. That's a call right there.
look, Bryce,
Can I
I'll
do-
fucking fight you in BKFC. If he don't want to fucking fight, I'll fight you in BKFC.
But bro, to be honest,
I'm not
BKFC
eating and do
for me
cocaine
is
for
too-
like 3 weeks and get down to your weight.
Yeah, but I mean, Bryce Hall wouldn't do regular boxing, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure he
I don't
would
know.
because he trains
would.
and shit. I think
He
he.
ain't hard
Yeah,
enough.
but I
do
mean,
regular
that's why I
fucking
mean,
boxing.
like bare knuckle boxing for me, it's too. I'm not that guy. you
Okay,
know?
so Platinum Pit fights Bryce Hall versus Samuel Ericcson.
That's a
Done.
little different. Ah, look at Bryce.
That's him.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Bryce.
Dude, when was that video fucking taken?
Oh, fucking
I
God.
won't be
That was
doing
3
bare
weeks
knuckle,
ago.
but like bare knuckle, I don't want to. But if he wants Perry in your organization,
That's
yeah.
the one. Ericsson versus Hall in Platinum Pit fights.
Like what is weight at? Is he my
We'll,
weight?
we'll figure that out later, buddy. We'll figure that out
55.
later.
I still need to mention Asim and Karate Combat, but you know,
Hey
because
man, you go smash Anthony Taylor first, and then you get because that's a money fight. You get the Bryce Hall
Yep.
fight, that's a money fight. He's gonna get a lot of eyes, a lot of views, and you know we could. I mean, we could make it happen, bro. We could wish it on the Dragon Balls, and we could make that fight happen real quick, man.
Dude, I thought those were nachos for a second.
let me just put it like this way. Yeah, let me just put it. If I do Anthony Taylor, I talk to Asim. If they want me to fight Bryce Hall, we can do it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably save that, but if you want to go to Asim and tell him we got you set up with Bryce Hall, that's fine too.
Yeah, like we come on, bro. We trying to we can
you
do
say
that in
it?
the Platinum Pits, bro. You ain't gotta take that to Karate Combat.
No, I still need to, bro. We still need to talk to
Yeah.
Mr.
No, for
Asim.
sure. We know our team, man. We'll handle that part. We'll take care of that. We're gonna go to.
You
we gonna go
just
to
fight
our
in the
team,
Karate
we gonna
Combat
tell
gi
them,
pants.
we gotta fight for Ericsson.
I could do Karate Combat's pants and then
Yeah. Yeah, that's represent right there. Asim would be down with that. I'll text him right now.
Oh, you gonna wear Karate Combat pants in your boxing match against Anthony
That'd be
Taylor?
sick.
I could do and boxing shoes. He would be up for that.
Okay, wait, peep
remember,
this.
Remember back in the days when guys would wear pants and shoes and they would kick people in the face in pro fighting?
Yeah, in the fucking head.
Mark
yeah.
Coleman got
Sidekick
kicked in the
Bill
head with
Respect.
shoes.
No, I still love, I still respect Karate Combat and Asim so much, everyone. Because Karate Combat where I came in, so I still have loyalty to them and I really like the brand.
Oh yeah,
Of
you're a
course.
homie. You're a homie. You're
Yeah.
looked at. You're highly
Of
regarded
course, brother.
amongst the
We
organization.
homies with them
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
man. We got love for them too.
Yeah, I know. Nothing like
We all out here trying to make it, and I'm fighting for every step I take.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother.
All right, we can
brother.
keep going as long as we want, but I don't want to
Let's
forget
do-
this. Peep this. Samuel, do you know what the Kanpai Pandas are?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
well we got a custom Samuel Ericcson NFT Kanpai Panda.
Our
And
friends
we-
over at Kanpai
yeah.
Pandas NFT
Oh.
collection.
There you go, dude, with the fade
Yeah,
and
I love
everything.
it.
There you go. So we're gonna send that to you. Get that set up for you, and you do what you want with it.
I love the shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
The
fire,
fade,
bro.
the fade. They killed the fade, bro.
Yeah,
The
bro.
fade's clean.
Yo, we gotta make some picks, man, on some UFC fights. We could also talk real quick about the last card that they just had. Derek Lewis. He
I
got
did
the
want to talk about
win.
this. I did want to talk about this. I feel like we're like maybe 2 fights away from Derek Lewis just fighting naked because he
Yep.
just keeps going forward every
Dude,
fucking time.
I had the same thought. He always one-ups himself. So it used to be my balls was hot, and he took his pants off. Now that's
He's gonna
automatic.
walk into the
And then
arena butt naked.
yes. Yep. Because how is he gonna keep one-upping himself? Because it went from just take his pants off and go, my balls was hot. Then it
He don't
was my
need
balls
to,
was hot, and he
though,
takes his
bro.
cup
He
and throws
did
it
it.
into the crowd. Now this time he does both and flashes his ass to all St. Louis. So like, what do you do next? He's just like, I'm just showing up, cock balls out. Like, what is he gonna do?
Right.
How does he
And,
one up
hey,
that?
And no shade to Derek here, but
No,
he was
absolutely.
Gonna come on, look, he was going to come on the
No,
show,
no.
and then they were like, "Well, he's got anxiety issues," and I'm like, "Well, his anxiety issues don't be showing when he's fucking throwing his cup and showing his ass and shit." So Derek, come on the fucking show, dog. We want you on here, Derek.
Derek, get on this
ass
show,
on
man.
here, You
He
gotta
does
talk
not
to
do
me,
those.
bro.
Let's talk about UFC 302, boys. Let's go down. Let's do shit. Do we want to? We don't need to do the whole thing. No.
I only
There's some
remember a couple of fights, 3 to be honest, and one I don't want to talk about because the guy lost that But that's maybe what he gets for farting on us on our podcast. And
Wait, who?
the knockout of the night, sir.
Oh, you mean from the last
Oh,
fight, Derek?
Oh,
Oh.
302, right? That was 302, right? Derek's was 302.
No, that was St.
it wasn't
Louis.
a pay-per-view. That was fight night.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
actually
I'm
something
tripping.
interesting about St. Louis, though, because it felt like a pay-per-view because it was in a fucking arena again and not in the Apex. And so Dana announced finally no more Apex shows. They're going to move out. I think St. Louis was one of their highest grossing gates, dude. And so
It
that
was
went
the
back.
highest grossing.
That went back to
Yes,
your
it
point
was.
earlier when you said the UFC doesn't need. They are a brand. They don't need.
Wow.
You know, it's crazy. So that proved they came out of the Apex. They go to like St. Louis with a mediocre card on paper, and highest selling gate. It's a brand. UFC has established
Shout out
itself as a
to
brand.
the performance from Joaquin Buckley. The first 2 rounds were very slow and patient, and he fought a smart fight, and then he had a ton left in the gas tank, and he brought it all out in the 3rd round to the point where the guy on bottom was throwing axe kicks while they were both grounded fighters, and he was low-key trying to get DQ'd before he got an L on his record.
You think that's what he's trying to do?
Yes, absolutely.
Because, dude, I watched him, and I was like, what are you doing? That's clearly
No, he was
foul.
trying to get DQ'd, but Joaquin was like, that we're going to finish this fight, and he got the win. And, you know, he was doing good, and then his post-fight speech, he started talking about mammies and pappies and Grammys and you know.
He took his shot and it missed.
Yeah.
He
missed one. That's why I said I'm like the call out. That's why I was on my mind about the call outs. Like, who do I call out? It's like I'm calling out the UFC. That's what I'm calling out. Give me a fight up in there. Watch what I do to one of your boys.
Think big picture like Mike Perry. Let's go. All right. Let's run. So, but yeah, that's interesting about St. Louis. I'm glad they're getting out of the Apex. Anyway, let's do 302 real quick. There is a fight card, I believe, next week. But, you know, Barbosa's back. Great fighter. I don't really. We got bigger fights to talk about. Let's just go through the main card of 302. Randy Brown versus EZS. I'd be surprised.
No, shout out to Randy Brown, man. I was just talking. That's crazy. I was just talking with Phil Rowe, Philly Fresh, at the gym today about Randy Brown. We was talking about him. Shout out to him, man. His fight coming up.
Oh, yo, wait. I have to corner back to St. Louis real quick. Dude, Chase Hooper.
Oh,
see that
shout
fight?
out Chase Hooper,
Dude,
man. Yeah,
we should get
but
him
I would
on
like
here.
to. I mean, the guy didn't really tap, but like Chase was beating
over.
his ass.
He was beaten. He looked like
Chase
a
was beating
fucking
his
warped
ass.
like potato. His head was fucked, dude.
There was really good ones on it. Was that the one Pineda was on? Michelle?
No, wait. No, he was on the Brazilian
No,
card.
it was-
That's the one where he did
no,
like
he
the
was on-
moonsault kick. That was at the
Yeah,
Jose
yeah,
Aldo
yeah.
card. Yeah.
And I didn't know he had been fighting. He's fighting at 185 now.
And,
Michelle.
no, he went down to 170.
No,
and
Michelle Pineda was one. Oh, I thought.
I think he used to be
185 was that
185,
fight.
but then he came
No,
down.
I think he used to be 170.
You
and
might be
he's been
right.
fighting at 185 now. He's huge now. All
competing
of a
as
sudden.
a middleweight. Yeah, that's right. He went up. Okay, yes. No,
And I thought
100%.
it was a clean. I thought it was a clean backflip knee to the chest that led to a Darce choke or something.
Dude, right.
North-south
yeah.
choke.
Fucking jump the gilly, something like that. Yeah, he
Or
did
anaconda.
something. Yeah, he fucking moonsaulted him. Yeah, that was dope. Shout out
turned
him.
into
But
a
you're right.
guillotine. Dude got up. Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
he moved up to middleweight and has looked unstoppable. I think he has the longest winning streak in the division, actually, or tied for it.
Wild. He's always wild right out of the gates. I love that shit.
Me too, bro. 100%.
Be interesting.
Yeah, so shout out Chase Hooper and Michelle Pereira.
Dude,
All right.
That's who we got to get on here, man.
I'll
I got to get back in the DM and hit up Paulo again, man. We got to get Paulo on
I'll
this
hit up-
bitch.
I'll try
Me
hitting
and
up
Paulo
Paulo,
gotta
and I'll
talk
hit up Chase
shit.
Hooper, because Hooper would be a great one to talk to. I've hung out with him in Vegas. He's cool as fuck. I'll text both of them after this. Okay,
Yeah,
let's finish.
I said Zuckerberg out here getting it right now.
He said, "What's he doing right now, motherfucker?" He's saying Chase Hooper looks like Zuckerberg. Dummy.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I am dumb. I never claimed to be smart. Remember, I just found out that you're supposed to heat up Pop-Tarts. Okay. All right, so we'll take Randy Brown on that, I guess. Let's just do the co-main and the main. These are the big ones.
Hey, make sure y'all go to anyone watching. Shout out to the fans watching the episode, man. Make sure y'all go to KanpaiPandas.com or buy this platinum Perry shirt because it's super cool and it looks just like it's like me and the John Jones shirts are like super valid, bro.
super valid.
And the DJ shirt, Mighty Mouse's shirt's tight too.
Ah, yes.
I still need my shipment, man. I need my shipment. I'll talk to Jazz after this. I need that Mike
talk to
Perry
Jazz.
shirt. I have a policy. If you guys do you guys
Size
wear?
you wear medium.
Yeah. Do you guys wear other men's names on you, like jerseys? I've always had a thing with jerseys, bro. I don't wear jerseys. I don't actually care that much, but I don't want to put another dude's name on my back. But I would wear a Mike Perry shirt.
So, like, as a fighter, well, this shirt I think is really cool. But, like, as a fighter, I always wanted to be like, you know, I'm trying to make shirts. There was a time I had clothing made. I had a clothing off of Etsy, and I designed the clothes. And I was selling them shits. I was making like a couple grand a month, and I only did it for a short time. And then there was like issues with Etsy getting the orders out. And I had like simple designs of like my spade was like on the sleeve. And because I hate when people just put their brand all over shit. And it's like, I don't want to wear that. I don't feel like wearing your brand today. I'd rather wear just like a casual clothing item. And it's like fighter shirts. Yes, if you're going to a fighting event rocking my shirt, it makes sense. It's super cool at a fighting event. But if it's like regular everyday stuff, as a fighter, I've always wanted a shirt that doesn't just have like just my name or like a picture of me on it fighting. It's kind of like, you know, how are men gonna wear that? You know, you just want to wake up and put on a casual shirt, and it's like something simple, like a design, just one little design here. It's like, boom, you got a clean tee on with a little design. Oh, where's your t-shirt from? Oh, that's Platinum Perry right there.
Dude, you guys killed it with those. Like, straight up, those shirts are sick. In fact, I'm going to need 2 smalls. I need 2 smalls, too, for my girlfriend and her twin sister, because they're giant.
Yeah, send me a picture of y'all's girlfriends wearing my shirt.
All right.
Bro, you need to calm the fuck down.
Tag me on Instagram, bro.
All right, will do. Get those shirts.
Mike's
out
like,
to me.
shoot me a DM of that shit.
I need crowds full of Latinas showing support, so my wife knows that she better stay on cue, because I can have my pick.
There you go.
And I pick her every time. I choose her every time, but she better.
You just have to remind her sometimes. You got to remind her sometimes.
Yo, we're gonna get my dad in here because in the next, not this week. Oh, next week we got to do an episode.
Dude, that would be so cool.
My dad gonna be in town, man. I'm bringing him out.
Bring your fucking pops on.
Dude,
he was hype. He was hype about first class, bro. He ain't never had a first class plane ticket, so he was hype about that. That was cool, man. I'm gonna bring him out.
We gotta do, Mike. We gotta do a dad's episode because my dad's fucking loves this shit too. Loves everything about it.
Okay.
He's like, no, and he's got some golf videos that went viral. And I'm talking about like 20 million fucking Instagram views on his fucking golf videos, right? Just goofing off. My dad's a nut, man. He's just like me. Crazy. So if we do it like a dad's episode, have your dad on, have my dad on. The only problem is Max never met his dad.
No, I ran away when I was a kid, and the only person I lived with was my dad. But he's not camera friendly.
Now I look like an asshole.
No, man, I have a friend who was adopted, and then his adopted dad, he's a black dad, but his adopted dad was a black dad, and then his dad was probably white or Spanish, I don't know. And then his adopted dad recently passed away, but he's super guys who didn't have their dads, man, they tough mentally.
Yeah, hell yeah. They had to teach themselves. Yep.
My son, I got his back no matter what. So that little motherfucker, he gonna have he might not have a hard time because I'm gonna be there for him. But I don't know if it's he's taking the easy route. I want him to have the easy route. That's what I want for my son.
Yeah, and who's gonna tell Mike Perry your son can't have the easy route? Like,
oh, you're not agreeing with me now, so you had to switch back to the other glasses?
No, I fully agree with you. I think your son deserves the easy route. You know what I mean? Like, I want my kids to have the fucking easy route. Y'all can call them soft. Y'all can call them whatever the fuck you want to. I want my kids to have
call them rich.
Yeah, call them fucking
call them rich.
Is they rich? Call
them spoiled.
Yeah. I lived in fucking Mexico for 5 years, grinding my ass off in a fucking shithole armpit of Mexico. So, if my kids have to get called fucking silly names just to get babied, I'm good with that.
Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Speaking of,
Costa looks really fucking strong in how he fights, considering how Sean fights like he's really strong. He forward pressure. He's down for the, he'll take a hit to give you a hit. The way he defends stuff, I think it's tough call, man, because either one of those guys can win. Paulo looked like a tank in his last fight, but he lost.
Yep.
A close decision. Yeah. He fucking lost against the great Robert Whittaker.
Mm-hmm. Which I...
What a...
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
What a fight.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry.
I'm with you though. He's a fucking tank, dude. No, I want you to ramble. Like, bro, Paulo looked like a fucking monster, dude. You know, like the Rockhold fight. Like that dude's in there. The only dude that really made him, bend over was fucking Izzy. Like Izzy caught him, but that's when Izzy was on his tear. Since then, we haven't seen anyone be able to bully Paulo or do anything. You're right.
Well,
dude.
he also took his time coming back. He took his time coming back.
Yep.
Yeah. This is such a good fight. Like I think right now I would take Paulo just about against anybody in that division, honestly. But I don't think I'll take him against Sean.
Yeah.
And reason being is Sean has been at the top of his game. He destroyed Izzy, walked right through him when Izzy was the shit. Nobody thought Izzy could get beat. Walked right through him, right? Fought Drickus. Could have gone either way. I think Drickus won the fight. Could have gone either way, but Sean still fought his fight, right? Didn't let Drickus, take advantage in any of his other styles. The wrestling didn't get taken down. He just fucking fought through it and just lost by a hair. And I just think Sean is still at the fucking top of his game, and I think he'll do the same thing to Paulo. Like where Paulo wants to take advantage of certain situations, I don't think Sean lets him. And I think Sean just keeps pressuring, and then fucking punches that just don't let up.
Paulo is not. He's versatile. He can do just about anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just wants to bang, and that's what Sean is. I mean, he went in there like you said with Izzy.
I think whoever hits the body will have success
That's
first.
interesting. Who do you think's the favorite? It's plus 170 Paulo. So he is the underdog.
Yeah,
And
Sean.
I'll be taking Sean in this fight because I feel like this is a tailor-made, not tailor-made. Paulo Costa is not tailor-made for anybody, bro. Like, what the fuck? He's too powerful. But Sean Strickland, I feel like he's not scared of anybody. He's going to go out there and do his sparring type of fighting the way he does and control the pace. And Paulo's going to get desperate and probably get outgassed.
Sean's defensive skills.
Yep.
His shoulder roll style may be an issue for Paulo. That's why I said whoever goes to the body. Because Paulo has this power that if he hits Sean and Sean isn't rolling it good enough, he's going to hurt Sean with that power. Paulo's a big muscular fighter. He's super strong, and his cardio looked good last fight. So that's a lot of power. And, but that shoulder roll shit it works a lot.
Yep. And then
you take so much damage on your shoulder instead of the rest of your body, and your shoulder deflects everything. And if Paulo doesn't hit that shoulder and open up the body shots like a boxer would do, I think he'll have an issue.
But is anybody more gangster than Paulo Costa right now? Because if you think about it, right, like he went to fight Hamzat.
Yep.
Got the staph infection.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls right into fucking Robert Whitaker, right? In a banger. And then rolls right into Sean. Like, if it was anybody's manager, they'd be like, yo, if any manager would be like, yo, let's take like a couple of fights here and there, right? To like recalibrate. You smash a couple of guys that are like top 15. But they hadn't done that.
I don't know if it works like that in the UFC, man.
Well,
Yeah,
Paulo,
I
no,
think
but
it
Paulo
does. I mean,
Paulo
UFC
was
does
supposed to
make
fight Whitaker before Hamzat, and he just
UFC does make the best fights they can at times. That's obviously the difference between them and boxing.
yeah.
Is they're making these good fights. Two names in a fight. So.
But then they have cards where I've never even heard
They
of
want fighters to say yes to those.
See, but then now
Paulo
they put them.
says yes every fucking time. Does he not?
Yeah,
Well, he
Not
says
every
yes,
time.
and then yes,
The
exactly.
ongoing joke is, he doesn't show up. He doesn't fight. He's
I mean,
always got an
even
injury.
Strickland.
But like,
even
look, if you
Strickland
fight
was
these
like-
motherfuckers every week, like, then you might have an injury. You might have like legitimate concerns if you're trying to fight the fucking top 3 every single fucking time.
And just he does
Even
it his way.
Strickland was like, I need more money. What are you
Right?
talking about?
Yeah.
They want to give me $200K to fight Paulo Costa. I need more.
Paulo got this idea a long time ago. He was like, I do whatever the fuck I want. Peep this. Like, remember he came in. One of my favorite Paulo Costa moments is when Marvin Vittori's bitching about him missing weight and him saying that like we need to go 205 instead. And Marvin's sitting there going, what the fuck? He's the one that missed weight. He goes, sounds like a personal problem. That's what Paulo said about him trying to move the fight to 205. Like, bro, this dude's hilarious, bro. We got to get him on the podcast. But that's a banger of a match. That's stylistically a banger. The Philly bombshell, like you were talking, shoulder roll, Mike, that's what makes me think Paulo Costa would have a shot with one of those head kicks he throws, like that one he hit Yoel with. Still no idea how Yoel ate that. But Paulo, with that shoulder, Sean's never going to be there for that. That Hail Mary is just not going to be there, I don't think. And that leads me to one quick question, Mike. As a fighter yourself, there's like, I've always noticed this, there's like two types of like power hitters. There's power hitters like Paulo. He doesn't one-shot dead people. But like Izzy can one-shot dead people. Connor, one-shot deads people. But then you have like these jacked, huge dudes that clearly hit hard as fuck, but they don't knock people out. Why do you think that is? I think it's just timing and aim.
It's precision, yeah.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Aim,
Yeah.
precision. It's the way they snap the shots. It's more of a boxing technique, in my opinion. Paulo is a brawler, and he looked like he picked his shots better in his last fight against Whitaker, obviously, which is where, like, because I don't get how Sean's shoulder defense is so good.
I think he's just done thousands and thousands.
But that's
of
what I'm
rounds.
saying, like, because I use that shit in MMA too. But the kicks to my arms fucked me up. The kicks, because the kicks to my calf. Because he walks with his feet close together and then, like, he gives, like, a half-ass check.
Yeah.
And, like, that shit, when I did that, it fucked my calves up. And I'd be limping in the fight. Or, like, after the fight, you're like, damn, that shit added up quick. It slows you down a lot. But, like, when I watched his fight with Izzy, I'm like, oh, that shit's going to add up. But then it didn't. They did the 5 rounds, and Sean had explosive moments that... So I don't get how his shoulder roll shit works. So it's like a mixed martial arts fighter and Paulo Costa facing this puncher brawler in Sean Strickland. If he hits him with kicks and uses his martial arts, but Paulo's also a good grappler that we never see grapple.
He doesn't like to. He doesn't even want to, which I applaud.
He wants to fight.
Yeah.
He wants to fight. That's what all those guys at 185 have accepted with Sean Strickland's ass.
Because we know Drickus could have done the same thing, right? But he never did.
Well, and Sean's takedown defense is really good. I mean, he has like one of the longest middleweight winning streaks of all time, I think. I mean, 18 or something. It's crazy because he was going back and forth from like 170 for a little bit, but Sean's truly an enigma, man. And Mike, you're someone I know loves to fight. You spar a lot. Sean Strickland, I think, has just it's just like a routine for him. If you play into his game plan, you just box with him. He's been there. I don't know, bro. He's weird. He's an enigma for sure. But yeah, I'll take Sean on that one. But Paulo, shout out Paulo. Let's see what he could do.
Yeah.
All right, let's move up. Are you good on that one, Mike? I'm not cutting everybody off.
No,
I guess I just didn't. I mean, I would say USA, but I want to talk to Paulo, so I'm going to say Paulo's going to win that fight.
I think I know one of the dudes that helps him with social media. If he still does, I'm going to hit him up and be like, yo.
I know him. I'll fucking write him again. He's already agreed to do the shit. He just hasn't had time.
Okay, I'll DM him as well. It won't help as nearly as much as Mike Perry's word, but let's get that out there, okay? Because that would be a banger guest. Him and Derek Lewis.
Paulo, we want you next week, bro.
Let's go, baby. All right, main event. Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. And Poirier is a plus 370 underdog.
Wow. What?
Yeah. And so minus 485 Islam, plus 370 Dustin Poirier per UFC.com.
After flatlining Gaethje, he's a plus 380. No, that was
No, wait.
No, he just
beat
flatlined
him last time.
but then he flatlined BDS.
Head kick. Yeah.
Or BSD. Yeah, but he had no reason taking that fight besides just proving he's still a dog, and he smoked him.
But Islam was perfect his last outing.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin is a really good underdog, and he's bringing his daughter for the first time. He's going to fight like a bat out of hell. he knows what he's up against Islam. So when it comes to, the striking, he's going to watch the kicks. Dustin is very savvy in every area. He's
everywhere.
He's one of the top 5 guys all time that's been at the top of the game. I mean, it just shows what Conor really did that made him why he is Conor McGregor, why he's so famous, because Poirier is fucking skilled. And well, now, I mean, look at Poirier. Poirier has 2 wins over Conor now. I would like to see the USA be able to make it happen with his daughter there for the first time in the front row. But Islam seems like such a safe. It's not really a safe bet because, like, you would bet, $300 to get $1 or $100. Like, I'd rather bet on the underdog.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I'm going to go whole ass bro science on this one. I'm not going to talk about anything necessarily technical whatsoever. I feel like Dustin Poirier is a truly one of a kind. Not even one of. There's we got Mike Perry's too, but he's such a special, like you said, top 5, bro. He's different, bro. He came from nothing. You look at that picture of him and his wife getting married like all those years ago. You can't even tell it's him. They think it's a joke. It's like photoshopped. This dude fought for everything he's earned, and when he lost to Khabib, one of my favorite videos ever in the cage, that kid comes up to him and goes like, "Are you okay? Does it hurt?" And he goes, "No, just here." And you know how much this dude is a dog, the dog of dogs, and he doesn't let all this other bullshit side shit fuck with him. This dude, I think he knows that this is his last shot at the real gold. Like the real shit. Yeah. And I'm going to take America on this, and I'm going to say Dustin Poirier pulls this shit off. He throws some hands. He just goes out there and he shows us the diamond. And I think he we've seen Islam get knocked out before. I'm not ripping on Islam. Islam is so fucking good. But Martin's caught him. He's chinnable. I think Poirier is going to adjust his game plan a little bit. And I think he might shoot a ghillie on him, bro. I think he might do it. He might finally get his ghillie. He's known for the guillotine, but he's never landed one. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is the time he claps, some cheeks on the feet and then hops a ghillie and gets it. And we have one of the best stories in MMA ever.
But I don't know, man. I mean, look, Poirier and Islam is such a banger. Like, what a great matchup. But this is like the spot for Islam. That's my problem. This is the spot for Islam. And if Islam is baby Khabib, then he wins. I'd love to watch Poirier stop it because I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of the lineage line here going on. Khabib, fucking Islam, Hamzat, the other fucking guy with the blue and red eyes. Like, I'm not a fan of this. Yeah, I want the fucking, I want Strickland. I want Poirier. I want Gaethje.
Let's read off these comments. Let's let Bags and Platinum go about their day. I wasn't there for that one. Okay.
Hang on, what does this say? I can't even fucking read
Okay, I'll read it. It says,
right,
from Steven Jackson.
10K, let's go.
Yeah, Mike, I'll fight you for 10K. Let's go. And then the next comment is from Kenny. It says, raise your hand as high as you can and slap yourself. And it says, hope that 10K covers your hospital bill. Fair enough. Okay, so this one says from Mr. Shab. Gordon Ramsay would finish Perry in the first round. He'd put him in an idiot sandwich? Is he making a throwback joke to when you said Gordon Ramsay instead of Gordon Ryan?
Yeah, he said he wrestled with he did jiu-jitsu with Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, please turn down Elton John's microphone.
Right.
40 likes. Okay, so I didn't know who they meant at the beginning when I first started seeing those. Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, me? I didn't understand why.
Says, hang on. He said,
for real, what a fucking dork.
Dork, ha.
Can you tell this? Can tell this guy just drinks and
jerks himself off when fat chicks aren't hitting him up? That's pretty fucking good, though.
Okay, for Platinum Mike Perry, for Ice Bags, and your boy Mac Malley, that's another episode of Overdogs, and we out. Follow us on all social medias, and look out for don'tbet.com.
This podcast episode was brought to you by Overdogs Bet. Sign up today for early beta access and free play at overdogsbet.com/beta.